हाय नमस्कार, वेलकम टू माय न्यू यूट्यूब चैनल सौम्य इंटरेक्टिव बायोलॉजी। आज के वीडियो में हम लेकर आएंगे आपके लिए एक नया वीडियो समरी लेक्चर ऑफ ब्रीदिंग एंड एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस। तो इस वीडियो में हम जानेंगे कि हाउ आवर रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम वर्क्स एंड हाउ वी एक्सचेंज गैसेस फ्रॉम आवर बॉडी टू सराउंडिंग एंड सराउंडिंग फ्रॉम टू द बॉडी। तो लेट्स नो अबाउट ब्रीदिंग एंड एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, we know why there is a need for a respiration. What is respiration? So the answer is, with the help of respiration or respiratory organs, the main idea of animal to take oxygen from the surrounding environment to the body, and oxygen is used in aerobic respiration to produce ATP. The overall oxygen utilization is called respiration, which help in the breakdown of glucose biomolecules and produce some energy. So now start. Now we know some respiratory organs present in some animals kingdom, like non-chordates, chordates, porifera, coelenterata, ctenophora, platyhelminthes, ascarianthes, annelida, arthropoda, mollusca, echinodermata, hemichorda or chordata. So let's start. Phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora or Platyhelminthes. No specific respiratory organ present in animals of hypophylum. Maximum animals of this phylum live in water. They are called aquatic animals. Water has dissolved oxygen. Uptake of oxygen, release of carbon dioxide takes place by diffusion. So these animals' respiratory system are absent. So they take oxygen and release carbon dioxide by diffusion. Then go to phylum Annelida or earthworm. In earthworm, exchange of gases takes place via thin and moist skin. Oxygen gas diffuses from atmosphere into the blood through the skin. Carbon dioxide gas diffuses from the blood through the skin into the atmosphere. So, in this process, Annelida or earthworm take oxygen and release carbon dioxide. So, then go to the phylum Arthropoda. It is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. Terrestrial arthropoda take oxygen and release carbon dioxide through tracheal system, and aquatic arthropoda take oxygen and release carbon dioxide by the help of gills. Then phylum Mollusca. Aquatic mollusca, gills help in respiration, and phylum Echinodermata, respiration by the tube feeds or water vascular system. Phylum Hemichordata, respiration also by the help of gills. Now come to the phylum Chordata. Subphylum Vertebrata. Generally, phylum Chordata divided into three subphylum: subphylum Aerochordata or Tunicata, subphylum Cephalochordata, subphylum Vertebrata. Now come to the subphylum Vertebrata. Fishes, amphibia, reptilia, aves, and mammals are included in this subphylum Vertebrata. Fishes, respiration organs by the help of gills. Amphibians, four mode of respiration. One is skin, another is lungs, buccopharyngeal cavity or gills. Frog, the example of amphibians, live on both land and water. So the animals which take oxygen from the lungs to the body is called pulmonary respiration, and the animals which use gills for respiration is called bronchial respiration. Now come to the human respiratory system. Human respiratory system has two stages. One is external respiration, another is internal respiration. External respiration, it is between environment and lungs. It is called as breathing. Breathing involves two things: inspiration and expiration. And internal respiration, the gaseous sections between lungs and blood, that is, gas oxygen goes from lungs to blood and gas carbon dioxide goes from blood to the lungs. So our human respiratory system start from external nostrils and end at alveoli. So air goes through the two external nostrils and external nares through nasal chamber to internal nares, nasal pharynx, larynx, and trachea. Opening of trachea is called epiglottis. Then gas exchange to trachea to the fifth thoracic vertebrae, and the fifth thoracic vertebrae, the trachea divides into two branches, primary and secondary bronchi. Then secondary to trachea bronchi, trachea to initial bronchiole. Up to initial bronchiole, we observed C-shaped incomplete ring that made up of cartilage. Then initial bronchiole to terminal bronchiole, from external ears to terminal bronchiole is called conducting zone. Then gas exchange from terminal bronchiole to alveoli. Alveoli exchange gases oxygen to the blood capillary, then blood capillary exchange gases to the tissue, body and organs. This process, the oxygen goes from atmosphere to the body. So we'll know respiration involves 5 steps. 1. Breathing or pulmonary ventilation, that is oxygen inhale and carbon dioxide remove. 2. Exchange of gases at the level of alveoli and blood. 3. Transport of gases to the tissue. 4. Exchange of gases at the level of tissue. 5. Cellular respiration, oxygen utilization and breakdown of biomolecules, glucose, and convert into carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. Some energy release. Let's know about conducting zone. Function of conducting zone. The conducting zone help us air conduct, purifier of air, trap dust particles, pseudostratified epithelium, humidification air, and body temperature. Lungs. Lungs is present in our thoracic cavity or pulmonary cavity. Lungs is covered by two membrane. Outer is called parietal pleura, inner visceral pleura. Between two pleural membrane, a fluid is present called pleural fluid, which prevent friction between two membrane. The anterior boundary of lungs covered by clavicle. The posterior part is called diaphragm. Ventral boundary is sternum or dorsal boundary vertebral column. The lateral boundary is ribs. The cavity present inside this boundary is called thoracic cavity. Inside thoracic cavity, pulmonary cavities and lungs is present. The space where heart is present is called mediastinum space. Let's know about mechanism of breathing. Breathing involves 2 steps, inspiration and expiration. Now, inspiration and expiration. Two muscles involved in inspiration and expiration. One is diaphragm and another is intercostal muscle. The intercostal muscle further divided into two parts, internal intercostal muscles and external intercostal muscles. Normal breathing, in normal breathing, the diaphragm muscle and external intercostal muscle involved, but in forceful respiration, diaphragm, external intercostal muscle, internal intercostal muscle or abdominals, 4 muscles are involved. Now we know about inspiration. Inspiration occurs when inside pressure lower than the atmospheric pressure. Normal shape of diagram, dome shape, when the oxygen comes to the lungs and diaphragm muscle become flat shape. During inspiration, the diaphragm muscle become flat shape. It is the important question of NEET. During inspiration, our thoracic cavity increase, thoracic volume increase, and enterococcygeal diameter increase. Pulmonary cavity also increase. So we know pressure inversely proportional to volume. So thoracic cavity, thoracic volume, and enterococcygeal diameter increase. The thoracic pressure, pulmonary pressure, thoracic pressure decrease in inspiration. Now, external intercostal muscle. During the inspiration, external intercostal muscle contract, out and upward movement of ribs. When thoracic volume increase, thoracic pressure decrease. Due to decrease in pressure in thoracic cavity, pressure comes from the high pressure to low pressure. That is, pressure comes from atmosphere to the lungs. Now, during expiration, diaphragm become relaxed and reach to the ordinary position, dome shape. External intercostal muscle also relax. Rib cage move to inward and downward. Diameter of dorsiventral axis. Thoracic volume decrease. That means thoracic pressure increase. Air move from high pressure to low pressure, that is from body to atmosphere. Now let's know about respiratory volumes and capacities. There are 4 respiratory volumes. One is tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume, and residual volume. Tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, and expiratory reserve volume. 3 volumes are measured by spirometer, but residual volume cannot be measured by spirometer. Our normal tidal volume is 500 ml, inspiratory reserve volume 2500 to 3000 ml, expiratory reserve volume 1000 to 1100 ml, residual volume 1100 to 1200 ml. Our respiratory rate 12 to 16 times per minute, that means tidal volume 6000 ml to 8000 ml per minute. Now comes to inspiratory capacity. Capacities are four types also: inspiratory capacity, expiratory capacity, total capacity, and external residual capacity. And summation of all capacities is called total lung capacity. Inspiratory capacity: tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume is called inspiratory capacity. Tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume called expiratory capacity. Expiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume called vital capacity. Expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume, functional residual capacity. Residual volume, expiratory reserve volume, inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume is called total lung capacity. Now comes to the exchange of gases. Gas exchange from the alveoli to the blood capillaries, then capillaries to the tissue. So air enters to the alveolar capillary. Our alveoli is made up of simple squamous epithelium, and then air goes to the basement membrane and diffuses to the blood capillary and go to the red blood cell, then go to the tissue. Tissue utilizes oxygen, then produce carbon dioxide, and then carbon dioxide also released by the same process to the environment. Now know about respiratory membranes. Respiratory membranes consist of three layers. One is pneumocytes, which is made up of simple squamous epithelium of alveoli, basement membrane, and endothelium. Now let's know about partial pressure of oxygen and carbon dioxide are different parts involved in diffusion and comparison to those in atmosphere. Respiratory gas, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Oxygen in atmospheric air 159 mmHg, alveoli oxygen is 104 mmHg. In blood, deoxygenated blood, oxygen is present 40 mmHg. In oxygenated blood, oxygen is present 95 mmHg, and in tissue, oxygen is present 40 mmHg. Similarly, carbon dioxide present in atmosphere 0.3 mmHg, in alveoli 40 mmHg, in deoxygenated blood 45 mmHg, in oxygenated blood 40 mmHg, and tissue 45 mmHg. The oxygen gas comes from the atmospheric air to the alveoli, to the blood, deoxygenated blood, and then oxygenated blood, and then tissue. Tissue utilizes oxygen and transfer carbon dioxide to the blood, oxygenated blood, to the deoxygenated blood, to the alveoli, to the atmosphere. That is called respiration. Now, this oxygen, 97% oxygen binds with hemoglobin. One hemoglobin molecule, 4 molecule of oxygen binds. 97% of oxygen binds with hemoglobin called oxyhemoglobin, and 3% of oxygen dissolved in plasma membrane. Now, carbon dioxide, 70% carbon dioxide form bicarbonate NaHCO3, and 23% combine with hemoglobin called carbomyrohemoglobin, and 7% dissolved in plasma. So let's know about important thing about blood. 100 ml of blood carry 15 gram of hemoglobin, but 1 gram hemoglobin carry 1.34 ml of oxygen. That means 15 gram hemoglobin carry 20 ml of oxygen. So overall 100 ml of blood contain 20 ml of oxygen. Now let's know about oxygen dissociation curve. If the curve is shift towards right, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide increase, concentrator of hydrogen increase, and partial pressure of oxygen decrease, and pH decrease. If the curve is shift towards left, the partial pressure of oxygen increase, partial pressure of carbon dioxide decrease, S and concentration decrease, pH amount increase, temperature decrease. Now we will know about transfer of carbon dioxide. How carbon dioxide transferred from tissue to the atmosphere. In tissue, partial pressure of oxygen is 40 mmHg and carbon dioxide is 45 mmHg. The biomolecule glucose utilizes oxygen and break down and convert it energy and produce energy, and lets carbon dioxide diffuses to the plasma of blood. In plasma, carbon dioxide combine with water and form H2CO3, that is bicarbonate, by the help of carbonic anhydrase enzyme. Then RBC, the H2CO3 for H2CO3 convert into H plus and HCO3 minus bicarbonate ion, and the H plus ion combine with hemoglobin and and HCO3 minus goes to the plasma, and 23% of carbon dioxide combine with hemoglobin to form carbamyrohemoglobin. Now chloride shifts from the plasma to the red blood cell. In this way, our carbon dioxide transport to the tissue, from the tissue to the atmospheric vessel. Now let's know about some disorder related to the respiratory system. One is emphysema. Emphysema, it is happened due to the chronic cigarette smoking. That means long time cigarette smoking. If a person inhale cigarette smoking or any gutka, tambaku, it cause the inflammation of alveoli, decrease surface area of alveoli, and reduce exchange of gases. Now comes to the asthma. Asthma, it is the allergy, inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles. It causes wheezing sound. Some occupational respiratory disorder like fibrosis. So thank you. So यहाँ पर थैंक समाप्त हो जाए हमारे एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस का चैप्टर. लेट्स सी इन आवर नेक्स्ट वीडियो.